Hi, welcome to Me to Heal with Angela Brown. So, I'm going to focus on a couple of thoughts that I heard in church today. One is somebody shared their missionary experiences. They went to a foreign land and served. This lady went to a foreign land, served a mission with her husband, and she talked about that it wasn't glamorous. Like she thought, oh, at first, that sounds glamorous to go out of the country somewhere else, and she said it wasn't glamorous, but it was glorious. And I have focused on that. And then she also, so talking about a mission, and it just made me think, aren't we all on a mission? We all have our mission. We all have our life purpose. And we can all look at our lives, no matter how wealthy or poor or, and wealthy can go in a lot of ways: spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, health, all that. We could be really wealthy or we can be really poor. But what uh, what are we doing in our mission? And is our mission glamorous? No. Uh, Even if you are a millionaire, billionaire, none of our missions are glamorous, right? We deal with stress, we deal with hard things. Life is hard. Life is really hard, but life is glorious. Are we treating life as it's glorious? She also talked about how sometimes well, she didn't say this, but I'm thinking she brought up the words thrive and survive. And sometimes we just feel like we are just doing the bare minimum so that we can survive. Let me just survive this day so that I can, um, show up for the next day, right? And we feel all the stress and pressure of the pressures of the world, and feeling heavy, burdened with whatever we got going on. But then we think of uh, just thrive versus survive. Thrive. Um, and that perked my ears up because the doctors told my parents, my sister and I was born a twin, and they told my parents that we wouldn't live past the age of 2 or past the age of 5. If we made it past the age of 5, we wouldn't make it past our teen years. And if we did make it past our teen years, it was recommended that we didn't have kids because we would leave those kids motherless, because they didn't see anybody back in the late 70s surpass the 20s living with the condition they diagnosed us with. And so the medical notes always said failure to thrive. And when she said we need to thrive versus I need to thrive, remind myself to thrive versus survive. And what are we doing to thrive? What are we doing to thrive? Are we loving life that we are thinking it is glorious? We can think life is glorious even though we are in the trenches with our hearts, with whatever it is: a death of a loved one, a long term illness, depression, mental illness, or wherever it is we find ourselves with, just trials. Life is hard. So are we finding it to be glorious? Are we thriving? And how do we thrive? I have thought of all the ways. I wasn't thriving when I was dealing with 30 plus years of suicidal thoughts and depression. I was not thriving. I was just surviving. I was, barely making it. And I was trying to make it on my own, but that was the difference. Being a Christian my whole life, I didn't rely on Christ like I should have. There was a lot of reasons why I didn't. I didn't feel worthy. I didn't. I would get discouraged. I bought into the lies of Satan that I was too far gone, and things weren't worth trying or trying for sometimes. When I was in such a dark spot. I was in such a dark spot. My family suffered from it, and I even suggested divorce to my husband. It was just so trying and hard. But this is the difference between then and now, is I was trying to do it all on my own, right? But when I hit rock bottom, I turned to Jesus Christ and I said, I don't know how. I don't know what happiness looks like. I don't know how to break these chains that so bind me. And when I talk about chains, I'm talking about depression, anger, victim mode, and resentment, and just the stuck mode I was in. I was just so stuck. And then versus the last 9 years, I have relied on Jesus Christ. I have asked for his guidance, asked for his help, and it's made all the difference in the world. So if we want to thrive, if you feel like you're just surviving, do you want to thrive? Do you want to thrive with joy? And it literally takes the gospel of Jesus Christ. That's how we thrive. We take his teachings and we run with it. We apply it, and it's important that you see that you see yourself as a worthy child of God. Whether you are a daughter of his or a son of his, you are worthy. You are worth Jesus, that one that Jesus goes after. He leaves the 99 and goes after. That's what you're worth. You are that one. And it's just important that we realize that we can thrive, and thriving means you are making it. And you're able to, when we thrive, we're able to help others around us. We're not engulfed in our miseries and woes and just barely keeping our nose above water. We are able to actually help throw the lifeline to other people and help them. So our mission and our journey is so important that we carry on, and just know that your mission isn't glamorous. Nobody's mission is glamorous in this life, no matter how well off you are with, material things. It's not glorious, or it's not glamorous, but it's glorious. It is glorious when we put Christ at the center of our lives. That's when we are in awe and we see his hand, we recognize his hand, God's hand in our lives. And we can do this when we just surrender to Christ and swallow our pride, let go of our will, and ask God what his will is for us. In fact, in Sunday school, the last line I left with the youth is never have a self-led life, because that's always leads to destruction and misery. It really does, because that's what I did for 30 plus years. Don't have a self-led life. Have a God-led life. Let God be your guide. Let him be your rock, your anchor, your foundation. And that is when we can say life is glorious. Life is glorious if we allow it to be. And we are all on this mission, and we have this purpose. So whatever it is, if you don't know what it is, find it. God will help you. And if you do know what that is, keep going. Keep fighting for it. And it isn't going to be glamorous. It's not going to be something that's gonna be something that other people will seek after. But because it was worth the fight in the end, and through it all, you can say it's glorious. So please like and subscribe to my channel, share it with others, and until next time, we'll be talking later. Bye. God bless.